Hello, my name's Tori Ann Perky, and from my homeschool to your homeschool, today I want to talk about 5 benefits of simplifying your homeschool schedule. Oh my goodness, it is so easy for your homeschool schedule to get more and more complicated. It's easy because there are so many options out there for homeschooling, and we as homeschool moms will research this and we'll research this and we'll research this, and then we start buying all of these different curriculum, or we start cobbling together all these cool things that we're seeing on Pinterest and other people talk about at our co-op, and we pull it all together, and before you know it, you have a really complicated homeschool schedule. And it is so easy to do this. Why? Why do we do this? Why do we pull from so many different places? Why do we try to cram so many different things into our schedule? Well, it's usually because we're afraid that we're going to leave something out. We're going to miss some important point that our kids need to have. We're going to get our kids into their adult life and they won't know something that they need to know. And so the idea is, well, if we just do as much as possible, we'll somehow cover all the bases and everything will be taken care of. And the reality is that is not only impossible to actually accomplish, it's also detrimental to your entire homeschool. So today, I want to talk about the benefits of not doing that. What are the benefits to keeping your homeschool simple? Because less is more. Less allows you to accomplish a lot more than more does. And that's counterintuitive, but it's true. So how do you actually do this? Like we're going to talk about the benefits and we're going to talk about all this, but simplifying your schedule, well, before I get into the benefits, I do want to talk about the fact that this is something you have to be considering and thinking about on an ongoing basis. I know that about every 4 months, I have to sit down and really think through everything that we're doing and think, should we be doing this? And every time I do that, I usually do it, in the fall as we're getting started, as I'm planning the homeschool year. I always do it around the holidays as we move into the second half of the school year. And then I'm always looking at our summer and thinking about what does our school life, homeschool life, just life need to look like in the summer. I'm usually doing it in about 4-month chunks. And because I'm doing it every so often, one of the things I have to do is go back and look at the vision for my homeschool. I have to make sure that what I want for my homeschool is what we're actually accomplishing. And if that's something you haven't done yet, if you have not yet written your homeschool vision, you need to. And I have a free lesson that you can go ahead and access that will walk you through step by step how to create a homeschool vision. I'm going to leave a link for that down below or up above, wherever you're watching this video, so that you can go get your homeschool vision written. Because as I go through all the reasons why you want to do this, if you don't know how to do it, then it's kind of not going to help you out a whole lot. So let's talk about this. What are the 5 benefits of simplifying your homeschool schedule? Well, the first one is you're going to be less overwhelmed. When you don't have so much to do and so much to think about and so many things that are falling behind, you actually feel less overwhelmed. When you feel less overwhelmed, you have more fun in your homeschool, you're more excited to homeschool, you show up in just a better way, which means your kids are going to have more fun. And that is actually the second benefit. When you simplify your homeschool schedule, your kids will also be less stressed. Less assignments, less to-dos, less just feeling that mom is frustrated because not everything is getting done. And depending on the kid, you're either getting pushback or you're getting a kid who's trying to please you. And either way, it creates stress. So the second benefit is your kids are less stressed, which means they're having more fun, which means they're enjoying homeschooling. They're looking forward to it. And when both of you are having a good time and looking forward to homeschool, everything gets better. Okay, so what's the third one? What's the third benefit? You're more likely to do what you actually scheduled, right? If you have 10 things scheduled and you only get to 3 of them, then not only are you stressed, but you're only getting to 3 of them, which means you're putting all this effort, mentally at least, into all 10 things, but you're only getting to 3. But if you only schedule 3 things because you recognize that you're trying to simplify and you're just going to dig down deep and do just what really matters, you're going to go in depth, you'll get those 3 things done because that's what actually fits into your schedule, not what you want to have fit into your schedule. The fourth benefit is it is less expensive when you simplify your schedule. Now, I know you can homeschool for free. I know there's lots of resources out there, and that's almost one of the reasons our homeschools get so complicated is because there are so many free things we can download. But we are also often spending a lot of money on curriculum that you start and you don't finish because you have too much scheduled. So if you simplify and purchase less, you will save money. If you simplify, you will buy fewer supplies for science experiments or activities or art activities that you never get to. You'll only buy what you actually need, and then you will actually use what you purchase. The fifth benefit, and I think this is one of the best ones after lowering your stress level and your kids' stress level, is that you will actually go deep instead of broad. Instead of skimming the surface of all the different things that you're trying to cover in a frantic way, you'll get to go deep and really dig in to the topics, both that your kids are interested in and the ones that you feel are really important. And in the end, there is more value in really grasping onto some things than skimming over the surface and ultimately forgetting a lot of things. So those are 5 benefits that I have personally found come from simplifying your homeschool schedule. Huge changes will happen in your homeschool as you find a way to do less to accomplish more. I'm Tori Ann Perky, and from my homeschool to your homeschool, I make these videos every week so that you can be a successful and confident homeschool mom.